Hi there. My name is Tuomas. I'm also doing right now here bird photography videos. So it's been very hard past few days trying to get enough footage of these little creatures because they are so fast. But I've been, in my opinion, I've been like very successful as of now, but I still don't have enough footage. So I will be making like a decent video of this whole project over here that I have right now when I feel like that I have enough footage for you. And then this happened. So last week, I think it was Wednesday, now we are almost a week later, we are living Monday right now. I was doing bird photography in the backyard forest over there behind me somewhere, and I started out doing mostly video stuff because I've been already pretty successful with stills. There was the common species, there's mostly tits around that day, so I just concentrated on the video because I really want to make you guys a really great bird photography video thing, and for that I still need to get more shots. So I started out with my telezoom lens and was able to be successful. I got some really cool angles and things that I had in mind that I wanted to get for the video. So I was successful that day or that morning, and I switched my lens to a wide angle lens because I wanted to get some wide shots of birds flying on a branch. And so I did. I changed my lens and took my camera on a tripod next to this particular branch that was one of the favorite branches of the birds, and set up the composition and pressed record. And I was like very excited. I was in a very hurry, so I rushed back to my spot, or started to rush back to my spot so that I wouldn't spook the birds away. So this trail that I used was, I had already photographed on the same spots for days, so I was very used to it, and I had this feeling of safety, of course, because what could happen in this very familiar environment. So I started to rush back to my spot, my hiding spot behind these few trees over there, maybe 7 meters away from the camera. So what happened then was that I wasn't paying enough attention, and I was moving backwards, very rushing, very very fast speed. And excuse me, by the way, if I'm kind of mumbling or saying weird words, but my eye is still hurting, so it's hard to concentrate. So anyway, I started rushing back to my watching spot, but there were these few big trees, and as I was turning myself, because I started to walk backwards, and then I guess I stepped out of my trail or something and turned my head and lifted my head, and there it was, bang, this big branch that just completely poked my left eyeball, a branch kind of like this one. So it's a pretty thick one and pretty heavy. Of course, previously I've had branches poking my eyes. It's something that happens from time to time in a forest, but not like this. The pain was so horrible that I fell on my knees immediately in the snow, and I held my left hand on the eye, and I thought first that it was bleeding because I felt something wet, but I couldn't see anything with my left eye. And even though the incident itself only lasted for maybe a second, the pain just kept going. It felt like the branch was, all the time just continuously hitting my eye. It didn't stop. So, well, I of course saw from my right eye then that it wasn't blood, that it was bleeding. It was just, wet, probably like water or something like that. And so I gathered my stuff, got back in, and tried to call somebody to get a lift to emergency room. but I couldn't contact anybody, so my legs were still working, so I figured that I could maybe walk to the nearest hospital, and I started walking there. I still couldn't see anything from my left eye, and it was hurting quite a bit, but I got maybe halfway there, and then something happened. Just this really great pain multiplied in the eye, and it got so worse out of the blue that I couldn't open my right eye at all, because eyes are connected, and when you move your other eye, usually your other eye also does some kind of movement. So I had to just close my both eyes right in the middle of the street during a cold winter day, and I stood there for almost half an hour before I got a lift finally from somebody I know to a hospital. And it was just weird standing there, because people were passing me by, but nobody asked if everything was okay. I was like holding my eye and couldn't see a thing. It was just very strange. Finally in the hospital, I was doctor did some tests with me, and he then told me that I have an erosion wound in my left eye, which is about the size of half of the visible eye, and it is not too deep, and that it should heal in a few days. Well, it's now been 5 days. I got some antibiotic eye drops and salva, but it's been now 5 days and it still hasn't healed, and it's still hurting. And if I try to see with this eye, I only see very blurry. It's better now than it was yesterday or the day before, but I don't know what my eye really looks like, but everything just is super blurry. And I don't know if it's ever gonna, I've always had a really excellent eyesight, so I'm hoping that it would come back as it was before, but I don't know if it will heal, to the same level, that it was before. I have no idea. I hope that it will, but we will just have to, I guess, wait and see. But it's, like I said, it's still hurting from time to time, really quite a lot. But yeah, I've just been so pissed off that this had to happen to me. It's just been a really bad start of the year, and I've had a lot of bad luck, but I don't want to give up. I will finish up the bird photography video. The footage that I've been going through now the past few days, I've been just lying on bed and maybe done an hour or two in a day, stuff on the computer that, what I've been able to do. Now I'm able to use my right eye a lot more than I was on the first few days. So I've been going through the footage, and there is some really great shots, and I really enjoy the material that I've been able to film on these days that I was able to film prior to this incident. But I hope that I will be able to get back to it, hopefully sooner than later, and finish the video, because like I said, the footage is, in my opinion, really good, and I can't wait to show it to you, and I really hope that you will come back to see it. So yeah, it's just strange. I wanted to share this story with you just as an example that things may go wrong really fast. If like this thing came out of the blue, completely out of the blue. I'm always very careful. I never really get into accidents like this, but I don't know. It's just, I think it happened because I had this feeling of incredible safety, because I was working in a very, in an environment that I've grown up in, this, backyard and this forest over here. it's a place which I know I can walk there in complete pitch black darkness. It's no problem. I can walk there even without seeing anything, and I know every rock and every tree, every step. But it was just a mistake that I did because I was way too excited about the birds and the whole thing that I was doing. I was just not paying enough attention, and you always should be careful out there and take care of yourself and safety. And from now on, I'm gonna use glasses as much as I can just for protection. And yeah, it's just incredible. I'm very lucky that I still even have my eye, because the heat was so powerful. It could have really done some pretty bad damage. So thanks for watching, I guess, and I hope we will see you again sooner than later, and hopefully with the bird photography video, hopefully very soon. Let's see, I will try to get back to it as soon as I can. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, have a good night or day or whatever it might be over there. Bye bye.